guys, I've come up with a couple of really interesting effects for the MC-707 that I've never seen anybody do anywhere before. I don't know why, but no one's ever done a full tape stop effect or the AFX twin bouncing ball type of effect on the MC-707 using scatter. And so I thought I would show it on here. I'll show you how to edit the scatter effect and to do these effects. All right, let's edit a button. I'm going to hit Shift Scatter. And we're in the editing page there. But I'm going to edit this one here on the end that I haven't messed with. I'm going to hold down Clear and I'm going to tap that button. It turns blue because blue is the base color of the scatter buttons, and you can choose the color actually. So while I've pushed that and I have 16 shown there in the display, and you may need to arrow over. Let's say it was in this other section. I mean, maybe the cursor is not in the button area. So you might have to go left a little bit and get it into that button area and get the cursor on 16. And while that button's highlighted, I'm going to hit Enter. And now I can use these cursor buttons beside the value knob, and I can cursor to the right there through all these different pages. Setting, reverse, retrig, pitch, pan, effects send, envelope, grain. So let's turn this one into a tape stop. Now you see first you have your color. Now when you cleared it, it turned blue because that's the default color there. But you can turn that color knob and make the pad any color you want it to be. Now the first thing we'll do is turn mask on. Now what is mask? It is where your effect is going to completely blot out the beat underneath. And so it wouldn't sound like a tape stop if you could hear the beat underneath that wasn't slowing down. So all you want to hear is 100% the effect. So we turn mask on. The other two encoders are not needed for this. We'll just leave them off. Now it's interesting here on the reverse effect. It's not just reverse on this page. And they don't tell you that, but this first one, size, has nothing to do with that. Size is the size of the loop that is going to be re-triggered. And so we want that to be maximum. We want the biggest loop we can possibly have, which is 16, to do the slowdown, because we don't want to hear a bunch of choppy re-triggers. And we're going to leave mute off, reverse off. Now to the retrigger page. We don't really want to use a retrigger, but hold, we'll put that on 16. Moving on to the pitch, and that's kind of what this is all about, is a pitch glide. So we're going to adjust the pitch glide. Now the pitch glide has to do with how quickly it pitches down to 0. I have found that 116 is a good number. Negative 116 is a good number for it. And if you hold down the shift button at the same time, you can adjust it rather quickly. And just put it something like, negative 120 or whatever. Somewhere around in there. Sounds pretty good. And then you can adjust it to your taste if you don't like that number. And moving on to the next one. There's no panning in the pitch down, so we won't use that. There's no FX being used. There's no envelope being used. Now quantize I turn on. And what that does, and I put it on 16. And what I'm saying here is that I want the effect to start on the 1. So if I hit the effect anywhere in between 1 and 16, it'll wait until it comes around to the 1 and then start the effect. That's the way I like to do it, that you can plan on it. If you intend to maybe bring something else in, then you like to have it start on the 1. Then we'll exit back a step and go here to set and go into the second page of that by hitting function. And what you can do is accentuate your effect by making it 2 measures long. And I think that's all the settings for the tape stop that we just created here. Let's give it a shot. So I created it on this button right here. I think I was zoomed in. I really couldn't show you the color changes. Let me get the cursor over in the button area. There, it's on 16. Enter. Cursor over to that first settings page, and you check this out. You can make that pad any color you want to remind you what the effect was. But it should be a pretty good tape stop now. Let's give it a try. And it should take effect. I'll hit the button when it's headed towards 16, and it should wait for the 1. So that worked great. Okay, so now let's try on that same button. Let's try the AFX Twin style Bucephalus bouncing ball effect. And so we'll go through the same steps again. We'll hold down clear and we'll hit that button. Turns blue because that's the base color, so we know we cleared that out. And for this one again, we want mask on because we don't want to hear the original beat behind it. It would not be believable if you hear one on top of the other one. And then this time we'll just go straight to retrig, and we'll put the retrigger glide on to 10. Now you could try other settings. I've found 10 works the best for this, but I mean, that's not to say it's perfect. And then put the hold on 16. Now again, we will go out of that and we'll go over to set and hit function to get to the second page of set. And we will make sure that that's 2 measures. And so it is, because we did it last time, I guess it's still on 2 measures, but I think 2 measures makes it even more accentuated, even better. You can just do it on 1 measure even, but I like it on 2 measures. So those are the settings from a clean init patch. And I will now give it a try. And the quantize, I didn't look at it. Let me look at the quantize. Go back in here. So it was on this, make sure I've got it highlighted, 16. And hit enter while I'm in there. And go over all the way to the end. Quantize is off, oops. I want quantize to 16. So I can hit the button and it will wait on the 1. So there we go. So now I'll give it a shot. And I'll hit it right there. And there it is. If you like this, hit the like button and subscribe. I mean, I see in my stats, my YouTube stats, that a lot of people watch my videos and then they don't subscribe for some reason. So be sure and subscribe and hit the bell for all and hit like so it will help this video in the algorithms. And if you really like what I do, come and visit my Patreon, become a patron. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.